Good afternoon and welcome to World in 5. In our first story, President Mnangagwa says the position that the country takes reflects on its political situation and economic development. He was speaking after holding a closed-door meeting with Azerbaijan President Ilham Aliyev ahead of the 29th United Nations Conference of Parties on Climate Change in Baku. President Mnangagwa said Zimbabwe and Azerbaijan share a lot and such positions must be respected.
As a matter of fact, we share our independence as sovereign states. We are very independent in terms of thought. We think it is critically important that we state our positions as developing countries and be respected in the positions that we take because they reflect our own conditions in terms of our political situations as well as our economic development. And this is important that we be respected on those bases.
Kuda Bwititi gives us a summary of the president's activities so far since he arrived for the climate change conference in Azerbaijan.
President Emmerson Mnangagwa, who is here in Azerbaijan to attend the United Nations Climate Change Conference, today met Zimbabweans living in Baku, the capital city of the Eurasian nation. In his meeting, the president said the diaspora community is playing an important role in Zimbabwe's economy as in 2023, they contributed more than $1.8 billion in remittances back home. The president said Zimbabwe's nationals living abroad should bring innovation and fresh ideas back home to help in the development of the country. Later on, President Mnangagwa also toured the Azerbaijan Service and Assessment Network Service Center in Baku. The center is a one-stop shop government agency providing more than 400 services. These services include birth registrations, passports, and licenses. He said Zimbabwe is keen to take lessons and set up a similar facility back home.
Still on climate change and agriculture, the Chief Director of Agriculture and Rural Development Advisory Services, Leonard Mnamati, says rains expected this week should see farmers start planting.
We want to encourage our farmers to make sure that they can start planting as soon as they see that they have received the effective rainfall. Those farmers using their rain gauges, we encourage them to start planting as soon as they receive a total of about 20 millimeters in 3 consecutive days. They can start planting. But what is quite exciting is that farmers have been preparing their Pumvuza plots, and to date we have recorded 9.6 million Pumvuza plots that have been prepared by the various farmers in the rural provinces.
Government, in collaboration with Childline, has hosted a sensitization program ahead of the World Children's Day commemorations. The 2024 Regional World Children's Day commemorations will be held from the 15th to the 17th of November in Victoria Falls.
We will need also to ensure that the Ministry of Public Service, Labour and Social Development protects even you guys, so that you also do not face harm, exploitation or abuse on the street.
Livestock farmers across Beitbridge district have raised concern over delays in the start of the rainy season, which has adversely affected the rejuvenation of grazing patterns. Livestock production is one of the major sources of livelihoods for many community members from household level. The pasture situation in the district is so dire that many farmers are relying on supplementary feeding to keep the domestic animals alive. The country's normal rainfall pattern typically occurs from October to March, but so far the season seems to be altering due to the obtaining climate change. It is estimated that Beitbridge has over 180,000 cattle, 250,000 goats, 150,000 sheep, and 50,000 donkeys. In other news, as of October 8, 2023, The Lebanese Health Ministry reported that the death toll from Israeli attacks during the ongoing conflict with Hezbollah has reached 3,189, with 14,078 injured. On Sunday, Israeli airstrikes targeted the town of Almat, resulting in at least 20 fatalities, including children. The Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, claimed to have killed a Hezbollah artillery commander and destroyed a significant underground tunnel used by the group. In response, Hezbollah launched rockets at Israeli positions and engaged in clashes with Israeli troops in Aitaron, causing Israeli casualties. Additionally, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu took responsibility for a previous attack on Hezbollah from September. And that's all we had for you on World in 5.